Marlene, you're standing in front of this wonderful series that you created about the Hebrew alphabet. Can you tell us something about it?
Okay, well, as a paper maker, I made these sheets of paper a few years ago, knowing that I wanted to do the Hebrew alphabet. So I specifically made 22 sheets of paper with the pulp and embedded similar elements like a foil reliefs. And I also put string, and I had this tissue paper that a friend had given me in a gift, had the global hand on it. And I tried to put that in a lot of the papers when I was making it, embedding it as I was pulling the pulp layers. So then I had these plexiglass boxes that I have been collecting from my years of hanging student art shows, and with the T-pins that we would hang the artwork on the walls. And I collected them, and they were sitting in a box, knowing when I was making these sheets of paper that I embedded them at the same time. I put it aside afterwards in a box, and the Hebrew letters came at when I knew I was going to have this show. I got very motivated to finish them because I knew I wanted to have them in an exhibit somewhere. And when I was asked to have the show, I remembered this huge showcase, and I remembered, oh my goodness, this would be the perfect space to exhibit them. And so I was motivated, and I took small pieces of acetate, and I dry point the Hebrew letters in each of them and hand inked them and printed them. And they are also were in another piece that's called Ancient Structures.
So, Marlene, can you show us a few of the letters that you like the most and tell us about them?
Yes, I like to start with Lamed, and I love the colors in this. And Lamed is a very special letter for me because it represents light. And also during the time that at KI, when we were doing the handmade Torah, that they had the scribe, the rabbi come, and everybody got a letter. Our letter for our family was Lamed. So that was a very significant letter. And I also love what it represents. And you can see in the foil, there's a sun that I carved in and inked up with black. It's down in the lower right corner. And then the orange sun up at the top. And so I put orange watercolor around Lamed to represent the light. So I love the colors on that, and the complementary of blue and orange.
I love that too. So let's see a few more of your favorites.
And I like the simplicity of reish, which is reish is for represents Riemann, which is another word for pomegranate, and pomegranate is a significant symbol in Judaism for 613 mitzvot that they say that one Jew should do in their year. And
they say that there are 613 seeds in the pomegranate, right?
Yes, and that is one of them. So I made that. I don't think for this one that I have any aluminum foil. Oh, I do. I have it up there. It's right along the top right, and I painted it in after it was a silver relief of the embossment. So that was for reish, and I put that purpley, it's like a pinkish color for represent that went with the pulp that I laid in.
Wonderful. And the next one?
And I love shin. In shin, I represented for the shofar. And you can see in this, I have the embedded global hand tissue paper, and I used a stencil of a shofar to lay the pulp down, the blue pulp, and also down at the bottom is the foil relief carved out. And of course, the dominant color was blue, and so I used the blue watercolor around the dry point in print.
That's wonderful. So, I mean, this is really a significant achievement, this whole series. So where do you think you'll go with the Hebrew alphabet after this?
I'm not sure. I think that it will probably surface out on its own naturally. I feel that it somehow has a place in trying to express an idea, but I won't particularly say I'm going to do a piece just with the Hebrew alphabet. I think it will depend on what I'm doing and if it applies to it. But I do look at the Hebrew alphabet not just for what it represents, the symbolical imagery, but just the beautiful design of it as an art element. I think that that's my best part of using them.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.